Good morning, dear students. This is Khilesh Kumar, Assistant Professor in English. This is your English Literature class. So, once again, welcome this YouTube channel. And in today's session, we will study about a poem, Song of the Hindustani Minstrel, composed by Henry Derozio. Okay, so this poem is prescribed in your syllabus. BA Part First English Literature, and in your paper first, this poem is prescribed in Part Third Anglo-Indian Poets. Okay, so Henry Derozio was an Anglo-Indian poet. Okay, so before starting the poem, let's take a brief view on the introduction to the poet Henry Derozio. So Henry Derozio, the full name Henry Louis Vivian Derozio, was born in 1809, and after spending a very short life, he died in 1831. So Henry Derozio lived a very short life in this world, and in this short life he composed so many fantastic poems, and Song of the Hindustani Minstrel is one of them. Okay, so Henry Derozio was an Anglo-Indian poet. He was known during his lifetime as the first national poet of modern India. So during his lifetime, he was known as the first national poet of modern India. He was an Indian poet of English and Portuguese origin and assistant principal of Hindu College, Kolkata. He was a radical thinker of his time. Radical means real thinker of his time. He was one of the first Indian educators of disseminate, to spread out, Western learning and science among the young men of Bengal. So he was one of the first Indian educators to disseminate Western learning and science among the young men of Bengal. So now we come on the poem Song of the Hindustani Minstrel. So my dear students, this is not a poem. We can say this is a song, and a very beautiful song composed by Henry Derozio, and the Song of the Hindustani Minstrel. Minstrel saran bhat hote hain na, as a singer. So minstrel means singer. So Song of the Hindustani singer, Song of the Hindustani minstrel. The poem was composed by Henry Derozio and published in 1827. So this poem was published in 1827, and Song of the Hindustani Minstrel, the poem, the song was composed by the poet Henry Derozio. The poet mentions three main points in the poem. The poet mentions three main points in the poem. Okay, so in this poem the poet only mentions three main points. First, the poet describes the beauty of his beloved, and his beloved belonged to Kashmir. Kashmir, you know, a very beautiful land in India, and Kashmiri girls are supposed to be very beautiful. So the poet Henry Derozio describes the beauty of his beloved, a Kashmiri girl. So his beloved was a Kashmiri girl, and in this poem, the poet Henry Derozio describes the beauty of that Kashmiri girl, and even the poet describes the organs such as eyes, cheeks. So he describes the beautiful eyes, the beautiful cheeks of that Kashmiri girl. Second, he speaks about his poverty. He speaks that at present he is not in a very good condition, but in future time he is sure that his beloved, the Kashmiri girl, will not be disappointed, because their love is very faithful, and because of their pure love, because of their true love, their future will be bright, their future will be full of happiness. And finally, at the end of the poem, he mentions that the world may change, but his love for his beloved will remain the same. So through these poem, the poet immortalizes his beloved, the Kashmiri girl, because he says that the world may change by the change of time, and but his love for his beloved will remain the same. But his love for his beloved will not be changed by the time. The love will be everlasting forever. So here the poet immortalizes the beauty of his beloved, immortalizes his beloved, and he also immortalizes his love. So this poem is divided into three parts. First, the poet describes the beauty of his beloved. Second, he speaks about poverty, and finally he mentions that the world may change, but his love for his beloved will remain the same. Next. So in the poem, we see there is a lover and there is a beloved. Okay, lover, the poet himself, the speaker, poet himself, lover, poet himself, and his beloved, a Kashmiri girl. He talks about a Kashmiri girl, a very beautiful girl. Okay, and you know that in Kashmir, girls are very beautiful, and Kashmir, you know, a very beautiful place in the world. So the lover addresses the beloved. So in the poem, or we can say the poem is addressed to his beloved, to the beloved, and he describes the lover, the speaker, the poet describes how she is beautiful. He describes in the poem his beloved is very beautiful, extremely beautiful, and how she is beautiful. And he describes the parts of his beloved's body. Even he describes the parts of his beloved's body. He says about his beloved that the beauty is very unique. The beauty of his beloved is very unique. It's captivating, it's charming, extremely tremendous, extremely superb beauty. So the beauty is very unique, extraordinary beauty. His beloved is so beautiful. The girl belongs to Kashmir, and we have already come to know that the girl belongs to Kashmir, and you know in Kashmir girls are very beautiful. He addresses his beloved Dildar. So Dildar is a Urdu word, and in the poem he addresses his beloved Dildar. Dildar uh, is used for beloved, है ना? Dildar, Masuka. So such words, Asiki. So such words are used for beloved. So Dildar is a Urdu word, and in this poem, the poet Henry Derozio addresses his beloved Dildar. Next, the lover says that he is very faithful to his beloved. So here the lover Henry Derozio puts emphasis on his faithfulness towards his beloved. Regarding his love, in love he is very faithful. He is extremely he loves extremely he extremely loves his beloved, and he is very faithful to his beloved, and his beloved is so beautiful that no one can compete the beauty of his beloved. And even he says that no one can compete. The beauty of his beloved is unparalleled. Unparalleled. The beauty of his beloved is uncomparable. There is no comparison of the beauty of his beloved with any girl. So here he tries to put emphasis that his beloved is the most beautiful girl in the whole world. In rival, no one can win the beauty of his beloved, and if there will be a rival, so in the rivalry no one can win the beauty of his beloved. So no one is as beautiful as his beloved. His beloved is the most beautiful in the whole world. He mentions about the beautiful eyes of his beloved. So now he mentions the beauty of his eyes. The beauty of his beloved's eyes. The eyes are black and very charming. The eyes are black and very charming. So here the poet describes about the beauty of his about the beautiful eyes of his beloved, and he says that the eyes of his beloved are black and very beautiful and very charming. See, it's supposed her dark eyes with surma. Surma is also an Urdu word. एक उर्दू वर्ड है, you know, सुरमा, and surma is the synonym of kajal. So for darken the eyes dark करने के लिए, you know, girls, female class is used surma. So his beloved, the Kashmiri girl, uses surma for her eyes. So after using surma, her eyes are very black and very charming. So my dear students, this is your part first of this poem, Song of the Hindustani Minstrel, a very beautiful poem about the beauty of poet's beloved. So the remaining part we will complete in our next video. So thank you so much.